Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
There's nothing like friends. They got your back through thick and thin, and you can depend on them. Broke Spade, we're sorry, and we hope you can forgive us. We love you, friends.
Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends, Broke Spade, we love you. We shouldn't have let Monopoly money get between us two. You guys have always showed hella love. There's no need for us to pull out the big gloves. You have brought nothing but joy to our life, and your hearts are larger than life. Your channel makes people glad to be alive. Advice, reviews, and games, y'all helping people
Friends help
thrive.
you love and live and smile. Never mean or hostile. Good friends are hard to come by. We never want to say goodbye. Friends help you love and live and smile. Never mean or hostile. Good friends are hard to come by. We never want to say goodbye. Friends, Broke Spade, we hear how things went down. You always fix our crowns, and we were giving you frowns. Your whole loving family always comes through. Husband, daughter, son, and all your favorite nephew. Friends help you love and live and smile. Never mean or hostile. Good friends are hard to come by. We never want to say goodbye.
Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends, always there through thick and thin. Friends, always count on them to help you win. Friends, how we treated you was a sin. Hope you can forgive us, cause we just want our friends again. Friends.
Yeah. Like, why you ain't subbing on me? Why you ain't subbing on me? Why you ain't subbing on me?
I need to know. Facebook, YouTube,
Metaverse.
I make content, I surely do. DJ, rap, music I sing, cook clean, pray with the saints. Amen. Show you halls and art I paint. I say things that make you think. I sell the printers, I sell the ink.
Bussin'.
I sell the paper, I sell the blanks. Press mugs, tumblers, t-shirts,
I press 'em.
bring them out. Watch me twerk,
Hey.
grow plaques right out the dirt. You don't sub, you think it hurts? Hell no! I got the sauce, drip, I'm a ball. Drip, drip, I got that sauce, drip, drip, I'm a ball. I just wanna know, I'm a ball.
Wanna know? Let's go.
Hey, Jerry,
Mukbang and brother.
Here you go.
I send out freebies in every order.
Reapply.
My lip gloss shine, I make designs. And all I ask that you sub one time, but you don't. What the F is wrong with you? You won't. What the F I'm supposed to do? Nah, boo. I ain't got an attitude. This content creator refused to lose. You ain't have a clue.
Lurking.
Till I was showing you so rough.
Watch it.
Show a little gratitude. I might shout you out on a review
Coming
or
straight
two.
to wishes.
While I'm on my daily grind, making sales of views. I'm not salty, cause you're faulty.
No.
I'm just confused. Why you ain't subbing me though? I put the drip drip in every flavor. Taste it, lifesaver. I'm a boss, you know it, I'm dope. You see this greatness? Who won't smoke? Now throw your thumbs in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you declare my content is, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. It's free. Why you ain't subbing on me?
Lit, lit, fam. It's bothering me.
I don't use YouTube like that.
I looked for your page, but I couldn't find it.
Girl, I didn't even know you had a channel.
I haven't been on mine in months.
My phone is broke. I don't even know what that is.
When I get back to my computer, I'll get you.
Gotcha. Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo. 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 Never Lil Show. It's hot. 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 Taste it hot. I'm ready. Never Lil. Let's go. Never Lil Show. Yeah. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmation, tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Elijah always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time, come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time, creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up, shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire, bringing all the heat. Heat. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Try to taste the heat. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you favorite nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love it, listen.
It's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up, please stay up and live. Get up, please stay up and live.
Love and live. Each day, as if it was your last. Yep. This is Love and Live Shots.
Conversations deep where love's defined. In the realm where truth takes the stage, Love Lounge opens up the page. Love Lounge, let's take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Whispers of wisdom in every word, connecting hearts that might have blurred. Feel the rhythm of every beat. Love Lounge, the place where souls meet. Love Lounge, let's take a dive in stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. From passion's peak to tender care, journey with us, we share, we dare. A take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. Love Lounge we thrive. 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 Love Lounge, just take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge, just take a dive. Stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge we thrive.
Would you like to support us here on the Love and Live show?
Yes.
If so, join the Hustlers! What does it take to be a hustler? Join us on the platform, Buy Me a Coffee, and join our membership over there.
Yes.
Some of the perks that you can get over there
Yes.
are your name in our videos and live stream. We're going to be promoting you, doing a little extra something.
Yes.
We're also going to give you guys some additional content. Not just the stuff we have here on YouTube.
No,
but some extra special
Yes.
stuff just for you guys, the hustlers.
The hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm going to give you like downloadable contents that you can have only a limited time.
Okay.
But it's exclusive to our Rummy My Money Hustlers.
So you can see what Queen is cooking over there. You also will have personalized videos ran here on our live streams.
Yes. And we're going to also highlight one of our members every month.
Put you in the spotlight, give you a highlight.
Because you're so special to us.
All
we
right.
love you.
So, are you feeling like a hustler?
I'm feeling like a hustler, baby.
If so, join us on the
Run Me My Money Hustlers.
I'll buy me a coffee.
Crew!
Formerly known as our emoji pack, now it's the Crew!
So it's our Run Me My Money
Crew! As a part of the Run Me My Money Crew, you're going to get your name mentioned in our monthly song, as well as emojis here on YouTube that you can use in our live chat or in our comment section. Here on YouTube, you also have the opportunity to get some additional content that is exclusive to our Run Me My Money emojis, additional content, and your name in the monthly song when you join the Run Me My Money Crew. Join the crew today.
Ain't nothing free about us.
I don't even see me.
Monday, you can see me.
Oh, I can see me. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? This is the Love and Live show. This is Queen Lenora on Love Lounge, and we loving and lounging. Hold on, my hair is everywhere. There we go. So how y'all doing? Like, are we gonna keep talking about how my cute Temu reading glasses are? Cause y'all don't even understand. These are too cute. I'm gonna have to get me some more. What you think?
All right, get you some more. Go ahead.
Look good.
Thank
You already got. Well, how many pairs do you already have for
What are these?
reference?
Sunglasses.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of sunglasses. So today is Love Lounge. I don't know what the discussion's about today, but Queen got some things to say, okay? You know, when you think about relationships, what is it called? Double what? A double life?
Mm-hmm.
When you think about a relationship, you don't want to just be with you and your partner. You want to have a whole double life. Is that what we're talking about?
That's what you want to do?
No, I was trying to put it together. Is that what they're talking about, though?
Kind of, but you just
I
said
was
that
just
you want to
joking.
have a whole double. Whoa,
You just have a
what
whole
is
double
going
life.
on with-
If you can manage 2 women at a time,
What?
You go for it.
Oh.
But ladies, we know you can handle about 4 men at a time. Just joking. Just joking.
Okay, wait, nah.
I'm joking. I'm joking. You don't handle one person at a time because it takes a lot. And when you're in a relationship, you're only supposed to be focused on the person that you with, and that person's only supposed to be focused on you.
What if they in the multiple?
I don't know how y'all doing it, because I'm gonna just tell you, as a woman and as who I am, I'm a jealous chick.
As who I am.
Yeah, because some women ain't like that. I'm a jealous chick. You know, I'm not one of those jealous chicks that gotta check my man's phone all the time, or that jealous chick that, you know, if he say hi, I'm about to, you know, fight. I'm a jealous chick, like, what are you doing? And she touching you inappropriately, then we got problems. Like, y'all too close. Like, you know, right how me and Eli are just right here, that's too close. Like, you go across the other room, and then, you know, I go somewhere. You know, that's just how it is. But yeah, that's just how I focus on it. I'm just saying, I don't know how y'all do the double thing, because my thing is, Chris is a lot of work. And, you know, we doing, you know, right now it's Father's Day season, and, you know, they don't do nothing for the Father's Day season. Yeah. They don't do nothing for the Father's Day. I mean, even my sales that be popping on 4th of July, Memorial Day, Mother's Day, Easter, you know, your food sales, they don't have none of that for Father's Day. It's like they say skip Father's. Father's ain't important. I don't know what that's about. So my thing is, Chris is a lot of work just on him by himself. I can't have two. Like, I don't know how y'all be doing double life, but apparently Eli got some stories to tell us that we gonna be doing too.
No, it's not really necessarily about multiple in a relationship. It's about people living one way, then they got a whole nother thing going on, you know?
Oh, okay.
Could be some Rolling Stones, could just be some big secrets coming.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
But anyway, with all that being said, sorry for the delay, y'all. We over here. You guys know we've been doing the pop-up and everything, so we go straight from the pop-up. And we get on here. I don't know what's going on with Queen Lenore today, y'all. Honestly, like, you know,
I was playback music while you was talking,
and then that's what it was. It was a perfect.
Well, you started the song.
I didn't necessarily start it though.
You said a Rolling Stone. That's what you said. I heard you.
And it, you know, it was fine for you to have your, you know, your little musical medley, but then you going out with a whole long play version.
I went to
like, you know,
so I didn't know no more. Sound like I knew the song, but I stopped.
You was doing the melody. Something was going on. I was hearing something was in the background.
I was singing it.
But so with that all being said, now we're gonna
put some folks in
background
because
music on.
He don't want to hear me sing. Isn't that rude?
Okay.
Insulting?
No, it's not even like that. It's just you're acting up today. So we're gonna go ahead and welcome somebody in. Start from the top. She's back. We got
Six Bows is back. Hey, Six Bows, how you doing?
Nice to have you in here, Six Bows.
I've been liking your shorts.
So nice to see you in here, Six Bows. Hope you're doing well.
You've been tearing it up.
Hope your life's been going good. She says, "Hey, fam." She says she's doing well, beautiful.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got not just any file. We got
the Bud Files.
Bud Files
hey,
in the
Bud
building.
Files, how you doing?
All right, flip the script.
How's
open up the page.
Going,
Open up a file.
Yes.
All right, we got Bud Files in here. And yeah, with that being said, Queen Lenore, so we're just gonna start you off straight, hot off of the press.
Okay,
all
straight
right?
off hot off the press.
Straight off hot off the press.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, I don't have a whole bunch of talking points like I usually do. I usually get different situations, people's real life situations, and we bring it, we talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes we do a little breakdown. Sometimes it really depends. It varies a little bit. But all that to say, we talk about whatever the main topic is.
Yeah.
I've got only about like 4 or 5 situations today. Some short, some long, but they all are kind of going about a double life in a way. One is just, you know, just to kind of break the tension. All right.
Okay.
And the other ones is just on topic. All right. So we got this first one here. And this young lady is feeling like she's living a double life and she's kind of tired. All right. And she's tired. She wants to come clean about what she feels is a double life. And some may see it as a double life, some may not, but she feels it's time to tell the truth.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
So she's married. Been married for a significant amount of time, coming up almost 10 years. Like 9 and some change. Mm-hmm. And, you know, about a couple years ago, her and her husband, they had a little agreement, all right? One of her family members got really sick, and she was like, I want to really be there for this family member. So she actually decided, what would be best for me. We don't really have that much family. I just need to move in.
Okay.
All right. He was like, all right, yeah, that's fine. You spend most of your time over there, come home from time to time, but I understand. We're gonna work this out.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep this strong. So they can continue to have their relationship, but he works a lot, so it's kind of it wasn't really messing things up too much anyway. That time that they together, she's there most of the time. He's at work most of the time, so it is what it is, kind of deal, right? Well, they've had this arrangement going on for almost 4 years now, of her nursing her aunt back to health, and as she's done all this, she starts switching things up.
Okay.
Without telling him. And he's communicated kind of where he thinks they should be at and everything, and they kind of been on agreement on the same page with things. Like, all right, we're both gonna work this amount of hours, we're gonna put this in, we're saving up for our future, whatever it may be, right? Well, as she's been moved in with that family member to helping them out, she got a part-time job instead of doing her other job that she had. She got a whole new surrounding of friends, so she's been going out and doing all that a little bit more. And she's been living her best life to the point where now she feels like when he comes around, now she gotta kind of be on be somebody she's not now, because all this different stuff that she has going on.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Now she feel like she's being watched just like a whole different person.
Okay.
So, the family members has made some comments, and she's like, well, what you, it's kind of awkward every time that he comes here. You might as well just talk to him and all that. And she just is like, I want to come clean, but at the same time, how should I do this? Should I even do this in the first place? Am I doing something that's wrong? How do you feel about it?
What's she doing here?
They had certain different agreements in terms of working and all that.
What's she doing?
She's living her best life.
How?
In her perspective. She's going out. She's not working as much, but she's having more time with friends and family, and she's happy.
And she can't do that with...
She feels like with their agreements in their relationship, she needs to be working more. She needs to be really just working more hours. They had a negotiation in terms of working hours, and she's not doing that.
See, this is where I have a problem with when I do relationship, because my thing is sometimes we agree to things and it's okay. But when you change, that's the course that you do need to talk to your partner about. Like, I don't like this agreement. I want to live my best life. I know we probably supposed to be working so we can save up and build up so we don't have to work as hard. But I'm kind of young now, and I want to live my best life when I'm young. And so I don't know how we're going to do this, but we need to figure out a way to work it in that situation. Sneaking it makes it just feels like you're doing something you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And when you're doing that, that just causes deception, and that makes a person not trust you. And then you get in your feelings talking about, well, he don't trust me or she don't trust me. Well, because you didn't openly communicate, because you don't want to hear that the person might not agree with what you're wanting. And that's something you just have to deal with. There's sometimes I'd be like, oh, I don't want to hear Chris's mouth. Chris ain't going to agree. But I'll be like, well, I'm going to have to come with my case. I'm going to have to come with a good case. So I have to make sure I have everything, all my eggs in the basket correctly, moving them the way it needs to be moved for that to happen. And that's how I move on it. But a lot of people, they miss that part. And that's where I think, again, you might as well say that's cheating in a way too. It's not cheating with somebody, but your partner don't get to spend that time with you, and your partner, you living your best life, but you're not living it with your partner. You can be like, well, if you want to work all extra hours, you can, but I'm gonna be over here with the family, so if you want to do it with me, we could do some things together.
Yeah.
But I just think that the way she's going about it is incorrect, and I think it's gonna cause more problems than it needs to. Her talking about it is going to be an argument. It might be a discussion. It might be. He might have been like, shoot, I've been waiting for somebody because I didn't want to bring it up because I said it. You know, you know. But you won't ever know because you didn't bring that up.
Conversation to the table.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of people mess up in their relationships. So we don't want to mess up in our relationship. We're trying to build strong and healthy foundations in our relationships.
I think the biggest thing comes in where you're trying to like, you know, what it kind of reminds me of is like those kids that's supposed to go to college and then they end up not going to college and then when the family come around, they want to act like they still doing that or doing
that
something like that.
problem because the family is paying for you not to go to college.
Yeah, but that's kind of what it
and
reminds me
that's the
of.
problem
Like
that
when
we're
he coming
having.
around, she got to act like she been going to work or got this certain attire on.
Yeah.
Now she got a part-time. It's a casual job. It ain't even like a corporate office job or anything like that.
Yeah.
So to me, that's where just kind of that kind of, I don't know, that kind of dynamic comes through where it's like.
Exactly.
You know, and then you know it's inevitable too. Like you know the truth is going to come either way. So at least right now, while you have the ability, you might as well talk about it. Hopefully you can mend whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of time. That's 4 years. It's a significant amount of time.
And that's crazy. You know, like you, call on the side.
This is too much. This is too much going on, y'all. No, this is really too much going on. But yeah, so
my back hurt. You can't have me laughing when my back hurt.
Y'all don't know what's going on over here. On the other side of the screen over here. We looking at you, but on the TV is Mario, and she talking about, oh, you should crawl on the side. Trying to help her beat the level.
And I was like, don't kill yourself no more. Just crawl on the side. Okay.
So, yeah.
My bad.
So with that being said, right. That was that first one. That's the kind of situations we'll be talking about, kind of similar to that.
Exactly.
Like, people kind of doing something different, you know, like or unbecoming, I guess, within a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? So with this one again, that was the whole gripe or what she felt she was kind of wrong or not living her truth is because she's happy right now. She's living her best life. She's with the family member. The family member, since she's lived there, the health has gotten better.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a good thing, and she's got a connection with her husband, but this is something that's been withheld, so you can't have that strong of a you can't have that strong of a connection.
Yeah.
And he's obviously working, trying to be understanding of her situation.
Yeah.
But she's not doing necessarily what her part was.
Exactly.
So all that to say, you know, even her being uncomfortable when he comes around, now she got to act and be a certain way. He's more professional. She got to feel like she got to fit in and all that. You don't want to live like that, especially long term. Especially when you married somebody. It's like, what is the point? You
don't. I'm not saying
long.
And you want that relationship to be trustworthy.
Yes, you do. You want that. Well, because at the end of the day, you don't really have anything else.
Exactly.
And then once that crumbles, then it's just downhill after that. And, you know, it's just one thing after the other. One thing after the other. So when it comes to that, I think, the best thing is while she has that upper advantage and the clarity, because some people, they might not even see they're wrong in the situation. So while she got both of those things, might as well talk about it.
Yeah.
We got to welcome somebody in, though. All right, coming through, traveling from around the world, we got Your Soul Zay.
Hey, Your Soul Zay.
Zay in the building.
How are you?
Zay, we be peeping your live streams now. We be checking you out over there.
We be checking you out.
You know what it is.
I be trying to talk, but can't talk, but I be like, okay. I be enjoying you. You fun.
Zay is funny.
You fun.
Zay be acting up over there.
I be wanting to kick it with
Zay,
you, Zay.
Look,
I
Zay,
can see kicking it with you, Zay, for real. Like, you gonna be up there. And you
Zay
be doing stuff and me
running.
running.
His area over
yeah,
there.
he run the area. I would come back to America because you running that area over there. I'm telling you right now. Like, what? He got it going on.
Oh, man. Be going to the store, all of that.
And then he just put his camera. He only go in there real quick and put the camera up. I be like, yes. Do your thing, Zay.
So nice to see you here,
You're one of my
Zay.
favorite people now again, Zay.
Zay say you look nice.
Thank you.
Six both say, and they must be on 2 different income levels.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
I think that's where the disparity is.
She probably had a good job and then had a second job, and she was like, or cut her hours, and he wasn't gonna know the difference because she only had to put a certain amount of money in the account.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't losing nothing. That's how I look at it. Like, you won't lose anything. Because that's how me and Chris are. So we was doing the savings. I had to put the money in there. He don't know what I'm doing over here. He don't know how many Amazon.
Yeah, if you put money in the pot, it's in the pot. You know.
Yeah.
So
as long as I'm putting that money in the pot, it don't matter. And I'm kicking it with my friends and all that, family, having a good time, living it up while you working and sweating, tired. And I ain't coming home to cook because I'm kicking it with the friends. So you still cooking.
All right, Jay said you moving over to Istanbul next. Keep him in your prayers.
Okay, I'm keeping you in prayers.
I don't know if
can't
said
wait.
The country
Well,
name,
you know
right?
what? I know I would have messed the name up personally.
But yes, we will, Zay. We
Yes,
see you.
and-
We see you though. You be doing your thing over there. You
do.
got a whole different vibe over there.
Yes.
So with that being said, that was that first one. She was over there living her double life.
Yeah.
That's how it was going down.
Well, that wasn't too bad of a double life.
No.
It really wasn't a double life. She just wouldn't let her honey bunches of oats know it ain't going on. I can't do what you want me to do.
All right. Okay, this one is not necessarily really a double life situation. This one is just a general issue.
Okay, can we not do it so long? Because you know my attention span is really 5 seconds.
I know, and then you got this going, so it's extremely low. So I'm going to TikTokify this conversation here.
Thank you.
We got a husband and wife.
Yeah.
All right, the husband is now saying, you know what? We in this stage of life, I want kids.
Yeah.
Mind you, his wife has health issues. She's been having health issues. She's been needing more help. But when she needed the most help, he was over there playing the game.
Not the game.
So he over there playing the game, like she over there like
taking care of kids.
They ain't got no kids.
They ain't got no kids.
So but they got a cat though. So she over here swapping out the litter. She doing all this different stuff, and she asking him, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? So and then she had her own health issues that she was asking help for, and she felt like that wasn't.
He wasn't helping.
So yeah, he wasn't clean. He wasn't. They had chore agreements, all this different stuff. He wasn't doing it. She kept asking him. He wasn't doing it. So she's like, well, how am I going to have kids with you if I can't even get you to do the base level?
Yeah.
And that's what the situation is. She wants to know, like, how should I let him know that I don't want kids because of how he's acting? And actually, I might just want to leave him.
What?
Yeah.
One, again, I think I say this probably on every relationship about it. I don't know why I have to, but I think it's one of those things that I just have to. Communication. Mm-hmm. And communication is talking, using your words, and then it's listening actively, understanding what the other person is saying, and then give a very good response to what that is to satisfy each person's emotional needs. Best way I'm saying it. You have to, one thing is, you can't compare a cat to a human being because certain people are not going to treat the cats like they treat their babies.
Yeah, that's factual. Yeah.
That's just what it is. You might want to treat it like it's a baby. He's not. As a cat, I put some cat food down, the litter. I don't want to do that. That be it. That's what keeps me from getting an animal. Like, I want a dog, but I don't know if I want to be taking the dog out for a walk and get up in the morning and let the dog out to use the bathroom and bring him back in the house. I don't want to go get the shots and the stuff, and I don't want to take him to the vet.
Maintenance,
I don't
maintaining,
do any
you
of
don't
that
want to
stuff.
do none of that. Just be my dog.
That's it.
Roof.
That's it. And I gotta take care of it like it's a human being. That I don't want to, because that's now bringing me back to I got responsibilities that I don't really want to deal with. So you really can't compare the two.
But can you kind of see the correlation in terms of responsibilities not being upkept?
No, because my thing is, a lot of times, and I've said this so many times, a lot of times we allow our man to get away with so much, or our women to get away with so much, that when we need them, we are shocked when they're not willing to do the things that we need them to do. Yeah. But it was never something that we held them accountable to do. We never let them know that these are important methods that is going to keep our relationship growing. So you allow this person to do whatever they want to do, and that's what they're doing. And then when you need them, you don't. And so even if you bring this conversation up to him, he's going to be like, what? Go, well, you're not even helping me with my medical things. And he's going to tell you, well, what do you need help with? Because when I said blah, 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 you said no, no, no. So when did you want me to help, and how was I supposed to help? Because I hear that a lot. Like when people have a conversation with the males or the females, I hear that part of the conversation. The man or the woman asks, the person says no, 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 no. They stop asking because they just feel you don't need their help. And then now you want them to help without asking, and they should just know what to do. As you never gave them an opportunity when they was like, I need help.
Yeah.
And you was like, oh, well, I need this and I need this. Can you make sure I take my medicine at this time? Can you make sure my medicine's in the pill box? I don't like doing it. It just does something to me. Can you do that? You never required anything. But then when you're so tired and be like, I just need some help, you just assume that the other partner should know what to do. It don't work like that. People get mad at me. And it's funny because people get mad at me about this, and the same thing they will do too, is if I ask you so many times and you tell me no, I'm not asking you no more. That was one of the things I told my husband a long time ago. I was like, well, I'm not going to ask you to go out with us anymore. So if you want to go out, you have to make the initiative. I'm not asking you anymore. I asked enough and I'm done. I'm not asking. That's not going to be my everyday life of conversation. Do you want to go with me? Do you want to go? I'm just not doing that. So if you want to do it, then you could do it. And I let him know why I wasn't doing it. I just didn't say, I'm not doing it anymore. I gave him a whole explanation. Now, if he wanted to listen, that was up to him, but that had nothing to do with me. And I think that we just assume people should just be able to read our mind. We live together, we're married. You're supposed to assume that you're supposed to know me. And we change daily. So you not telling me daily, get away with it. So if you allow this person not to ever help you with it, and you keep changing a little box, or you keep doing the such and such, that's on you. They ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. His mom was like that too, and I never understood it. Like his mom would be like, I asked the kids to clean the dishes, and I said, what are you doing? The dishes. Well, didn't you ask the kids? But they're taking too long. Then tell them to get in there and do it now. Like, why are you doing it? So they will never do the dishes because you never made it something that they had to do. Because you're going to do it. Do the dishes. Well, if you're doing the dishes, they'd be like, well, sure, I don't need to do dishes. Oh, she just want to talk. And then when they hold you responsible to, that's what you want to do, then you all in your feelings, and then you got something negative to say about the kids. And like, it doesn't work like that. So, I'm just saying it's on you. You need to communicate and actively, and you need to stop assuming that your partner knows or knows what your needs are and wants are. If you never ever taught them what your wants or needs are, because every time they asked, you didn't want to say nothing. That's my point.
That's your stance on it.
I just stay with that.
We got to welcome somebody, and we got Hit Specialist. Hit Specialist say, hey, you remember me? Hit Specialist said, I feel like, we must talk. I don't know why some want us to read their minds.
I don't know. And I do that too. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't. I be wanting everybody to read my mind, because in my mind, this is my mind. I can't talk about everybody else's mind. I can only talk about my mind. In my mind, I'm like, you know me well enough, and I'm doing the same thing over and over again. You know what I need, when I need it, when I want it. Even if I say it jacked up, you know it, and I be saying stuff jacked up. Like I said, I really want them to know what that means. Now, if you ask me what it means, I probably don't know it all myself, but that's how I am. Mm-hmm. And I know we all have that inner thing, but we have to stop, including myself, getting mad when somebody don't know what we need or assume what we need. Yeah, backyard. I was thinking it was you too, backyard. I was thinking it was you. You don't change your name because name. See what I mean when I say I change my speech and the words? Yeah, and I want you to understand what I'm saying. That's exactly that. What I just did was exactly what I was saying. Look, right there.
He goes on, he says, also, oftentimes women ask for truth but can't handle it.
Oh, no. They can't. They can't. That's the clothes. I mean, that's just what it is. Men the same way, though, too. Y'all can't handle the truth. If you ask a question and we tell you the truth, you be like, what? But yeah, it's mainly women because we really do it. We do it the most. I can't even argue with you on that one.
And then he said, nice to see you guys still going strong.
I'll try.
I know you don't recognize me. I did a rebrand.
I know.
He said, think about it.
Yeah, no, he looked it up and I said, yeah, because I was thinking it was backyard barbecue because, you know, I've been missing my food.
Backyard Q. Yeah.
Because he be grilling. No, I don't know if you remember, but me and your mom used to love watching him and his food. Yes.
And he said, I could prefer it as long as it ain't about no dude.
Or comparing. You know what I mean? Or comparing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just, it is a hard thing. Like you don't think about it. And the initiative of it being hard, we think, and I'm going to talk for women, we think we want the truth. And the only reason we think we can handle the truth is because we think we already know the answer. And then when you tell us something that ain't what our thought process was, then our feelings is hurt. Because it's like, what? Why would you say that? Or why would you think that? Or, you know, that's so mean or hurtful. Because in our mind, we already have what you were going to say. And we already assumed it was going to come out that way. And then it don't come out that way. And so that's why we can't handle the truth. Because we already have it in our mind.
Especially, so I'm about a month out, and I'm gonna try to jump on every time and stay as long as I can.
Oh,
all right,
thank you, fam. Yes.
Piss specialist.
And are you putting new videos out? Because you know I like when you grill.
3 years was the last one.
Okay, well when you put something up, you gotta let me know because I love when you grill. And it's grilling season too. It's grilling season, you know. But yeah, I think I answered those questions.
Yeah, you got into it. He said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so this is the main one I want to talk about. We probably got, this one that we just came off of, just to let everybody know. This one was pretty much her husband wasn't doing anything to show her that she feels he can manage a child, but he wants a child. So, taking care of her and the cat.
Yeah.
From those examples, she felt like that's not going to work. Queen Lenora was saying, you know, that's not necessarily the case. Some people don't have the same vision in terms of that. And then also, you might be wanting a lot of things that you're not necessarily communicating.
Yeah.
So it might seem like, okay, that's the stance. Now, there is something to say if you are communicating all these different things, but it's also how you're doing it too.
Yeah.
And there is ways for both things to be understood. Yeah. You're not going to go for this, but also, you know, putting your foot down on certain areas and saying, you know, especially if you really got a bad health issue or something like that, and you need the help, and this is your partner, there's certain stuff you got to look like, no, I'm not playing, I'm being serious, like, I can't do none of the games. I know you want to play the game, but like, I really need you. And then there's stuff you could communicate right there.
Yeah.
And it could be being communicated, but if it's not, there we go. But what do you feel about that, Queen Lenora? In this situation, maybe she is saying everything she needs to say, but isn't quite getting there.
But my thing is, again, you're talking about two different things.
Okay, talk about
you're talking about a cat.
But
he ain't looking at that way. But I'm talking about, my thing is, I'm going to say it this way. And I say it a lot in my household.
Yeah.
My husband gets sick, everything stops for him. I get sick, I still got to keep moving. I still got to keep going. That didn't make him a bad father. That didn't make it where it was all laid on me. I probably did more of the stuff because I was a housewife and he was the provider. But it's still, he went to the games, he did this, he made sure we had everything we needed. His action was totally different. Now, if I'm sick and when there's nothing I have to worry about, like groceries or taking the kids to school, doing this and this and this and that. And he would do it if I couldn't do it. And he would do it if I asked. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to pick up the kids. Can you do it? He'll do it. And he might have attitude, but he still would do it. It's totally different because it's a child. And that is more of, we have to share this responsibility. And people have in mindset when I'm a kid that I got to help change the diapers. I got to help doing that. Mentality. And so that you grown, you can take care of yourself. And men are not the ones that are pretty much the ones that's going to cater to you if you're sick. They're just not. they will do some stuff. And if I need you to go to the store, they'll do it. But to think automatically, oh, she's sick. Let me go get her 7-Up and her orange juice. Let me get some cold press. Let me get this medicine sinus stuff because I can tell she's sneezing or her nose is running. They're not thinking like that. If I'm not telling you exactly word for word what I need, most likely the man is not going to get everything you need. That's just what it is.
Different
and then when they go to the store, they might still forget some of the stuff that you told them. That's something totally different. But when it's their child, they know they have to take care of their child. They know they have to provide. They know they have to do all that.
Yeah.
Oh, you talked about me.
I did talk about you.
Talked
Then
about me.
I started doing what you was doing.
Oh, he talked about me.
Dying.
Oh, he talked about me.
I talked about you bad. I'm not even gonna lie.
And then turn and lean back. You need to wall jump.
I did. I'm sorry. I was talking about you bad.
Wall jump.
I'm sorry. I was talking about you bad. But Pitmaster said, Pit Specialist said, see, that's tough because if you got to put a man through a test that he ain't on, but I would also be cautious to anyone who has like a maturity complex and act like they're perfect.
And I don't think it's a test. I just think she feels like I'm overwhelmed now. I'm doing everything by myself and we have no kids. So how am I going to look at you? And all women do it. I'm just going to tell you, all women do it unless they're trying to trap a man. All women do it. So we just look at what you're doing now. But I'm telling women, sorry, boo. When that baby come out, he might be a different dude. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't say he's going to be a good father when it come out because he might be like, ooh, I didn't know it was this much work.
Yeah, but
that's
also,
your job.
Can you see the idea of not wanting to bet on that, you know?
It's not even a bet. My thing is, you can tell him how you feel, but at the same time, you don't know how it's going to be. You don't even know how you're going to be as a mother.
No, you don't.
So how you going to look at what he's doing and say, I've seen people that be looking like they're going to be a bomb mom, and then when they have kids, they are nowhere near as a bomb mom. They're a horrible mom. I'll be like, what the heck? So you don't know what you might be the bad mom and he be the great dad. You don't know. You can't assume until that child is here, and you can't wager talking about, well, you know, I don't know because, you know, he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. You grown.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, you ain't no kid. He ain't got to take care of you as a kid. I don't think it's a bet. I don't think it's I'm testing, betting. I just don't think that. I just think that you got to get out of your head. Now, you can say when we have this baby, what are your responsibilities are. Like, let's talk about what you're going to do. Write down everything you're going to do so we can see. I need to know. And you can say, I need to know that you're going to help because you don't help with little kitty kid and you don't help with me when I'm sick and I be needing you and there's things I can't do. Mm-hmm. So I need to know what you, in your mind, really believe how you can take care of a child. Because if you're depending on me, that's a different story. So I think if we had that type of conversation, you're still not getting a great answer, and it still might not happen of everything he's thinking about. Because we have an illusion.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't really like my kids babysitting other people's kids that much. Like, you could do it here and there, but not. Because I had this false illusion in my mind when I was younger. I wanted a kid. I wanted a kid because I was babysitting all the time. And I was taking the kids to get clothes. I was taking them to get their pictures done. Me and my play sister, we was taking them all everywhere. We felt
like y'all had.
We felt like we was doing better than the parents. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how you couldn't tell us we wasn't doing better. And it was funny because my play sister, she had one child and I had the other child, and we had them calling each other cousins. And then my sister was their auntie, and it was a.
You was just taking. You was.
It was just an illusional thing that we was doing, and we really believed we was like parents.
Yeah.
Now we didn't have to provide no food for them, like us buying them some food at the mall. That meant nothing.
It was a part time.
You know, we didn't have to make sure they had a roof over their head. We didn't really have to make sure they had decent clothes. We just buy cute outfits that we saw in our budget. So you get this false illusion that you are ready to have kids. When we have kids, it's like, this ain't the same as babysitting. It's not the same. It's not the same. Okay. So everybody has a fake illusion of what parenting is. Mm-hmm. And we all want to be better parents than our parents were to us. That's it. Even if we had great parents, well, I just want to do this better. Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's
natural, evolve.
It is. And that's what
you're supposed to want to do that.
Yeah, but that don't mean that's what's going to happen with your child. You might look at your child and be like,
ooh, wee. Mm. I wasn't this when I was.
I didn't know the baby cries like this. And I gotta change. You know, I done changed 25 diapers today. I don't want to do all that.
You want to do that?
Who want to buy diapers every? I'm telling you, I'm not lying. It was like when I met anybody. Hi, how you doing? Fine. Oh, he's so cute. You want to buy me some diapers? Anybody was getting diapers. I did not like diapers. I did not want to buy diapers. And when I had to start buying diapers, because everybody stopped helping me with diapers, that's when he started potty training. The doctor was like, don't potty train boys too early, because then they start peeing in the bed. But he gonna be I guarantee you, he pee in the bed, he cleaning it up. Because I'm not doing diapers no more. He walking, he talking, he better pull that wiener out and go pee. Because I was just mad. And me and the doctor, I would go whatever the appointment.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and proceed. We're gonna get to this chat. With this chat. But yeah, so pit specialist, Mr. Backyard Q, he said I can see that a little bit, but if you got a man that does nothing, wrong guy.
Well, that's true.
We also got to welcome somebody in, formerly known as Prince. We got him as
King Daniel.
Mr. Blue Carpet himself has arrived.
Yes.
On the live. He said, wait. Y'all going live on Saturday now?
Yeah, because we can't do Wednesday for Love Lounge because
we pop up. We be having events, King Daniel.
We just finished an event today. So.
And King Daniel said, why you dressed like Brock from Pokemon? King Daniel, because I got to catch them all. That's why.
Oh,
all right. King Daniel laughing. He said he was locked out of his phone a few times, but he got it. All right. And his specialist, see, this is how you fix that. Do 50% of what you did. Oh, okay. That's how you fix that. Do 50% of what you did to get each other, to keep each other.
Yeah.
All right. And he said, no one can maintain the honeymoon phase pace.
That's true. But I think I know this is bad in a way. Because I'm like more on the men's side in this area. I think women put more pressure on men than they should. Like, you know, we already have our line of where we think men should be, but then we want them to be way more. And then when they're not that, then we kind of like pull things from them. So her saying I don't want to have a baby is like I'm kind of controlling the issue of this because he's not doing what I want him to do. I don't want to be with him anymore, and I don't want to have a child with him. And I think that is horrible because just like you have a free mind to feel and think the way you feel and think, he should have that same free mind. And if you limit him from doing that, why do you think it's going to be a great relationship? Because then this is one-sided. It's just pleasing her, and then he's not getting any pleasing on his own. So I think as women, we do that a lot. And I didn't check myself. God checked me a lot on that when I was in the beginning of my second marriage with my husband I'm with now, because we do that. We want them to do way more than what we would actually do ourselves. And one thing my mom told me when I was dating before I got married is, and I was looking for a man, don't be writing stuff down that you ain't. So you ain't got no job, don't be talking about I want a man with a job. If you ain't got no house, you can't be like I want a man that got a house. You ain't got no car, you can't be I want a man with a car. You need to ask for the same thing that you got to provide. You got to give him the same that you are looking for in a man as a woman. And we don't, as women, we don't. And I think society has made it okay for us to do that. Like women can hit a man and it's okay, but if that man hit a woman, regardless if that woman hit the man or not, he's wrong. And I think that's wrong. Like, don't hit him if you don't want to get hit back. That's my thing, because you hit him, it hurt. It's automatically like, there's not nobody in the world that can hit me and I'm not hitting them back. I don't care who you are, child, I don't care. You hit me, I'm hitting you back. That's just what it is. But men don't get that. And I think that society has allowed men to be that way. And then we wonder why men don't want to be with certain type of women. And it's because they don't get any respect or any leeway. Like, they make a mistake, it's, oh my God, they made a mistake. The world's to the end. We need a divorce. We need to do it. I'm not going to be miserable with him. but he needs to be miserable with you, and it's supposed to be okay. And then it's like, why are you miserable with me? Because I love you, and I do this for you, and I do this for you, and I do this for you. But you might not be doing nothing that is meeting his needs. You might be doing everything that you listed, but you're not doing anything that's meeting his needs. So I think that's where we have this, where she, to me, doing the manipulation thing that I don't like. So yeah.
Okay. Well, catching it back up to the chat. Especially, she said, you know, no one. Oh, we already got to that one. He said, preach sister on that. That was what we were saying before. And then pit master. Oh, I'm trying to say pit specialist. Mr. Backyard Cool. He said, I gotta run. I'll be back periodically.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Six Bows waving out. King Daniel said, you know, there's nothing worse than living a double life. That's why I have one spouse to deal with. Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't that the truth? That's what I said earlier. Like, I'm not, what we doing?
Yeah.
And I already know for men, I don't even know why a man would want multiple women. Because I just tell you right now, we are all crazy. And just to have 4 or 2 different women in your life, like that, and you gotta nurture both of them, make sure they both happy. It's hard to satisfy one woman. You trying to do 2? Like, you trying to put that S on your chest. You is not Superman. Like, stop it. And women, even though we do a lot for our men and we try to do everything for them, we ain't got the time and energy to be maintaining 2 dudes. We ain't. I'm not.
You don't see
I'm
that?
I don't want to sexually do 2 dudes. I don't want to mentally, physically. I don't want to do. It's too much.
You're not feeling it too.
Like I said, dealing with Chris is a lot by itself, and not in a negative way. It's just a lot. If I'm trying to make sure he's happy and in our marriage, and he's trying to make sure I'm happy, I don't see where you have time to be living 2. I'm over here on Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday to Sunday I'm over here. No, then I'm mad because one person got one more day than I do, and then
it gets in a whole feud.
Is she better than me in bed? And is she this? I mean, these are questions that women have that I would have. I'm just telling you what I would have. No. How much money you spending over there? Is her kids getting better treatment than my kids? Like, these are questions I just don't know.
It's real though. That's really how people do it. That's how you get
I'd be like, I couldn't handle it. And for me to be in this relationship, I gotta be happy. And I think me being in a relationship with 2 men, or me trying to be sister wives with somebody, I don't think I would be happy with myself, because you got to be able to make your own self happy and be satisfied within your own.
Yeah.
And then be happy in my marriage, because I got this bigamous husband, or I'm this bigamous woman, that I'm not fulfilling any need. I'm doing more work than what I need. And I know Neo's up there talking about, I'm loving it, but he ain't married, so him dating 2 or 3 different women is okay. Like, nobody can say nothing. I'm not just your main, and if I am, I'm letting you know I got other chicks too. Like,
King Daniel, he said, but back in biblical times, you know, God did allow people to be with multiple people.
But we ain't there. And we don't have the same mindset as the women did. Because back in the day, women couldn't say a lot of stuff, and women couldn't do a lot of things that we can do now. So, like, them terms back then worked for them back then. Women didn't care. We knew how to share. We didn't have a thing called about jealousy. We didn't have that. We knew where our place was, because we didn't have no choice for our place. In these day and age, we got choices, and we do get jealous, and it's totally different than the biblical day. And, you know, and if we want to go there, I would say back in the day, they dated their siblings and their family. So incest wasn't a thing back then. There was no such thing as incest. You got to think. That's what I said. We all related. We all related, period. So if you want to go there, you got to understand.
Different times, different measures happen.
You know, it is what it is. That's like, when people tell me that, I be like, we ain't there. I don't have the mindset that Mary had, the other Mary, Rachel, not Naomi. I don't have none of that I don't have that mindset. My mindset, I'll kill you. See, they weren't allowed
oh my goodness.
to do that. They weren't.
And my mom says they were kidding, but
That wasn't
they weren't really
Jezebel and
afforded
the-
all that. It was
No,
they
it-
couldn't say I'm gonna kill you.
No, I'm saying, but because you know why they didn't say? Because it didn't come into mind. Because when they was born and raised doing that,
Yeah.
it was a natural thing.
Yes.
It's when it changed,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta understand it changed when Jesus died. Because I don't remember them saying they had 2 or 3 wives after when Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John came. I didn't hear about them having 2 wives, and he was there, and the man had 3 or 4 wives and concubines, and you don't hear. I've been through the whole New Testament. I don't hear none of that. That was Old Testament stuff. When Jesus came, you stayed with one woman.
that was finalized already.
Yeah, nobody talk about that part though. I've been in the New Testament. Normally, I couldn't talk about it because I didn't read the whole Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Well, King James said, yeah, it was definitely different back then.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to come through with this last one.
Yeah, one more.
Wrap everything up. This situation is crazy. And this is the one that made me want to really discuss this double life thing.
Okay,
all right,
TikTok
because
version.
TikTok version. This is something that you can get the TikTok version and still have the same value to. All right, so just to paint the picture, we've got a husband and wife, been together many years. The husband has his imagine his office. Like he works at home, but he has a normal job. But he also he likes to decompress, sometimes do his gaming or whatever he got to do at home in his office. His office, he told her, is off limits.
Okay.
That's his own. Like when I'm in my office, either I'm working or I'm gaming or whatever it is, I just don't want to be bothered.
Okay.
I won't even be in there that long. But I don't want to be bothered.
Okay.
All right, so what happened was one day this wife went into his office. Without him knowing. But she told him no. Like when he came back, it's like, oh, I went to your office today. I just looked a little messy and I was just straightening up. He had a complete, he lost it. Completely. And so she was like, well, I understand that you're upset and that's like a boundary I crossed. But, yeah, I was just cleaning. It was nothing else. There was nothing to it. So, that just had her a little suspicious, obviously, because you want to have that reaction to it. So, she goes. His passwords are all simple. She knows all his passwords, so it was easy.
So she went back
he
in the
uses
office.
the same passwords all everywhere. Anyway, she went back into the office.
Of course.
And Queen Lenore probably would do the same thing.
No, because there wouldn't have never been that conversation.
It wouldn't
have never been, I can't never go in.
Yeah, well, exactly. So anyway, she went to the office.
Mm-hmm.
She was expecting, all right, maybe he got some material, some other women on here. Maybe he's cheating.
Porn
just something, but what in turn she found was cameras all over the house. Bathroom, bedroom, all rooms, just hidden cameras everywhere.
Oh.
And literally, it's like a lot feed going on. And she looks at it even more, and it's not in every room, but it's in most of them. Like the bedroom. It's not in the bathrooms, but it's in the bedrooms. It's like the common rooms, all that different stuff.
Yeah.
And just cameras.
Okay.
And she didn't know really hardly anything about this, but she didn't know anything about these cameras being installed in the first place.
Yeah.
So, obviously privacy thing, but as she goes in further, he's got an account. Imagine like a messaging service. It's called Discord, but imagine, some kind of social media. It's a little bit more people who are tech forward, and they are talking about him setting up more cameras. Oh, I haven't got the feed yet in the bathroom. I'm working on it. I'm trying to find out what would be a good spot. He got somebody work. Yeah, he's talking to.
So this is live.
And he's been actually in a group chat where they share each other's women, household, all that in that group chat.
Yeah.
Hidden cameras. They all show different things. So they got anybody. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
So she just uncovered this whole big thing. Obviously, she's trying to keep quiet about it, but she wants to know,
No, there's no keeping quiet.
Yeah, but what should she do next? This is criminal. This is everything.
I know. The police will be meeting them. I'm on that. The police will be meeting them because there's no way in the world that you're going to. No, there's no way.
Yeah, no way.
There's no. I'm trying to think about it. I would be so livid.
Yeah.
Like I had no choice but to call the cops. Because if I don't, I'm going to kill him and I'm going to go to jail. Yeah. So if one of us is going to go to jail, it will be him. So there is no way.
Let's not go to jail on his account. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just call, and I would no. Oh no. And you know what? I don't even know how I would do it because I think I would go to his job and act a complete fool.
You just know. You already know in your mind right now that's not something you would be able to hold.
I wouldn't.
I think with a situation like this, especially with the optics being so crazy, like literally you're underground black market trading and doing pretty much this is...
I'm your wife, not... You don't want me to be with nobody else, but you got me up here with all your friends.
You might want her to be with else. He's probably like a cuck if he's like...
Well, it could be a fetish. It could be more... It's a lot to it. You know, a lot of people, they feel like they make ownership. There's a lot of reason why people do stuff like this. And this is not the only situation. There's actually a big case of this happening. And just to know, he's in a group chat with a whole bunch of people doing the same thing and sharing it back and forth.
And asking for more.
Yeah, and asking, hey, and trying to help. You're trying to help him install better angles and stuff like that. And so she's like, well, you know, it looked like he ain't got this room yet. She was able to decipher, oh, he ain't got this room yet, but he's working on it.
No, I would have the police come and I would let them know you need to have some people that knew how to do some computer work because these other wives don't know what's going on. So you need to definitely.
This is a whole ring. I mean,
you need to not just get my husband. You need to get them all. Like everybody needs to be caught. Everybody needs to be caught in this this situation.
But my thing is, if he's smart, right?
Yeah.
And like, I think not even watching true crime, but just in general. If somebody has an office and is like really strict, don't go in there, you're not gonna be like, why? Because if Eli ever did that, I would call the police instantly. Because this man is murdering somebody in there. This man got somebody locked up in there. This man is doing something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what yeah. That's all I can say. Yeah.
So that was that one. I feel like that was pretty wild, pretty crazy, but it's a real life situation with real life ramifications, and you know that is something that would have to be handled. So just imagining that husband, somebody you know you feel safe with, and all that, but this whole time have been having a whole operation going on, right?
Yeah.
Underneath you. You know, one day you're happy wife, happy life. The next day it's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, that's something to think about because a lot of people are doing stuff like this. Maybe not to this extent or degree, but, you know, they're doing different things like that. So, you know, just some food for thought.
That's people crazy food for thought. That's crazy that people think it is food for thought. That's what gets me. That's some crazy mess because I just... You know, you took away my privacy. Like, if you want to show yourself what you doing, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then have the cameras all in your room and doing it. Don't show me.
And think about that. Not just you, because this is if you had anybody standing at your house, anything like that, they all can be seen.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they have kids.
No, they don't have kids. Kids, then it would be a whole different territory. But I'm sure people in the chat, they most likely. That's why it's not legal. It's obviously not.
And that's why I'm saying right now that we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a big problem with that. You're not even considering your wife or anything. Like you don't even have respect for your wife. That I mean, it's just a blatant big disrespect. That you only have. I can't even talk.
Yeah, you upset about this.
Yeah, because there's just no way. There's no way. And you know you're wrong because you freaked out when she went in the room, which made us women, of course, be more like, who you cheating? You cheating on me? That's what I would have been thinking. You cheating on me. Like that. Y'all, you know, you watching, you know, you Pornhub or you watching, what's it called? OnlyFans and all that. That's what my first mind would have been.
for your
I wouldn't have
think
never
OnlyFans
in
or
my
something, 'cause you got subscription. You don't
I
want
would
to find out
have
the subscription.
never in my life thought you were talking about
This.
filming us in the house, in our bedroom, in the bathroom, doing Thinking about it, you up in the bathroom pooping, everybody see you poop. That's a personal, private moment.
Yeah. Or even
Like,
the
you
thing
know,
that you say, whether
you
it's
having
audio
sex and, you
or
know,
no
doing your-
audio,
you know,
got too much going on.
No.
And that somebody's
no.
able to see your full life.
No.
Somebody across the country,
No.
somebody in the same state,
No.
somebody down the street.
No.
If they was in this little group chat, they could have access to you in that way.
That is the most.
The images.
Yes. And you know what? And I'm not a fan of divorce, but I would be another divorce.
That's the case where
I have another divorce. Divorce part 2 with Queen Lenora, who
But
she's
what makes
marrying
you even
next.
think of that? Like, what makes
That's
you
it.
think, let me
And how did you
record
get in
my
a group?
life.
How
because
did you
of
get in a group with
people
that?
have a fetish and stuff like that. So
They
imagine
look stuff up like
they
that.
get into a group like that, find like-minded people. These like-minded people got him to install it.
But how did you even find a group like that?
Because he's looking for that.
Discord is like you can find all that.
It's like, imagine, you know how Reddit is, right? They got all those different communities.
Yeah.
Discord is like that, but it's more
For
like a
nasty
group chat.
people.
That's
It's
just so nasty.
It's for
It's
different
bothering
communities.
me because I bet it's bothering me that I know that there's real people doing this.
Yeah.
And that there's real people that and they don't even know they're going through it.
Mhm.
They're just like, oh, my husband got his own chill room. Because I used to give Chris his own room all the time.
Yeah.
But I would go in and out all the time too. But I gave him his own room. But I would already said, when he'd be like, you can't ever come in my room, I'd be like, well, I don't know who you're talking to because I'm going to come in your room. Like, you ain't even got a choice in that conversation. But to know that's what you were doing, that's why I couldn't go in, no, we would have a problem. Like, I don't know.
We got to welcome somebody in, though.
I feel bad.
We got a
I'm
champ.
mad.
We got
Tay
Weezy.
Weezy.
Tay Weezy in the
How
house.
you doing?
So now you ended up getting a little upset off of that one. But
Yeah.
just want to discuss because, again, like I said, this is situations where people are living a different life. On the surface,
Yeah.
things look fine. You could even be happy. But then to find out this is going on behind the scenes, behind the curtains, underneath the mask.
With the person that you trusted the most.
Yeah. And that's really the most, I'd say, hurtful part of this situation. We talked about different degrees.
Don't go in there. Don't go.
And having a hissy fit, which made her look.
Yeah.
If he would have been like, oh, thanks to Babe for cleaning it, she would have never found it. And to this day, people be watching her.
Yep. And I mean, the degrees that even this kind of thing can happen are crazy. People can be doing this. He was doing this apparently just with his network of friends. But people do this all the time on live streams, getting donations for it.
What?
Yeah, they do stuff like this all the time.
Oh, no.
There is a website where you can look up that has just random cameras, right?
Yeah.
You know how you buy
I was doing
camera.
good until this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, I was really doing really good until this conversation. Just
Well,
wanted you to know.
You'll want to make sure you guys think about this too, just for your own safety. Cameras, you know that you buy those cameras on Amazon, stuff like that,
Baby
right?
monitors.
All those different things. Some of those don't have strong security protocols. If somebody wants to scan your area, whatever it is, they can find it. Sometimes it doesn't even take much for them to find it. They just have to type a couple numbers in, and if it's connected to Wi-Fi or anything like that, they can have access to it. So something to be mindful of. There's websites where you can go that have access to all different kind of cameras, street cameras, people's personal cameras, like my wife said, baby monitors. There's stuff like that going on day to day. So be mindful of that.
That's horrible.
And be mindful, especially, I guess, if you got cameras installed in your own house too. You gotta worry about everybody.
That's just too much. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that creeps me out.
Yeah.
Cause you know you gotta understand that it was somebody that you trusted. So we be believing that our man or our woman wouldn't do nothing like that. And this is what they do, and you can't be like, well, my man would never do that, or my woman would never do that. You don't know what their freaky fetishes are, and a lot of times they're embarrassed about their freaky fetishes
They're not gonna
because
tell you
they
about
know.
that. Yeah, they're not gonna tell you about all that. You're not gonna, even if you get a part, you ain't gonna get that part. You ain't got the part where you being recorded right now. Oh, I like the idea of, but I would never do it. But then all of a sudden, here it's installed. So
yeah, he going to jail.
Yes, definitely. Oh, definitely. And I think in this situation, it's definitely the case, and probably for everybody in that situation is most likely gonna go under for it.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into the chat. King Daniel, he was saying, yo, this day and age, you gotta be careful what you doing.
Yeah.
What you dealing with now. They got STDs out here.
Exactly.
All right. 6 Bo saying,
you know, people don't seem like they're afraid of STDs like we were back in the day.
And Tay, he said, I'm feeling pretty good. How about y'all?
It look good. Conversation came up.
And 6 Bo said, you know, I heard all kinds of stuff when I did technical support for the internet and phone. Yeah. And it's true. You got to be careful nowadays.
And they was probably asking you for help. So how I hope this happening? And the wife or the husband don't know what's going on. Look at you. You was a part of it, 6 Bo. I'm just joking.
Acting up. But y'all, with all that being said, is there anything you kind of want to say? Anything you want to touch on, Queen Lenore?
No, like this was a good love lounge. I like the questions that we had today. It was unique and differently, and it opened my mind to some things I wouldn't have never thought about. Now that I'm thinking about it, now I'm be all suspicious and stuff. I don't know why my husband ain't doing it, but that's what she probably thought too. So never. But yeah, that was good. But yeah, we enjoyed ourselves with you guys. We love you guys, and I appreciate all you guys popping in.
Absolutely appreciate you stepping in on a Saturday. Especially, you know, a lot of people got different schedules, or sometimes if they on YouTube, they hopping on somebody else's live or watching somebody else's video. So we definitely appreciate you guys stepping off schedule, all met a little bit, and checking us out. But right now, we're going to go ahead and close out by saying, remember to love and live each day as if it were your last. Thank y'all for watching.
Smooching.
We hope that y'all take care and have a great one.
Step into the light where hearts unwind.
Where will I go to?
Conversations deep where love's defined.
Seattle, Seattle.
In the realm where truth takes the stage. Love Lounge opens up the page. Love Lounge, let's take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Whispers of wisdom in every word, connecting hearts that might have blurred. Feel the rhythm of every beat. Love Lounge, the place where souls meet. Love Lounge, let's take a dive in stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. From passion's peak to tender care, journey with us, we share, we dare. A space for hearts to bear their truth. Love Lounge, bringing fresh roots. Love Lounge, just take a dive in stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. Love Lounge, we thrive. 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 Love Lounge, just take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge, just take a dive. Stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe.